welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and today's video is all about why are you so unpredictable? Why can't people know what you're doing? So for this reading, I've got 4 piles for you to choose from. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. So you guys can now take a moment and see which pile or piles you're most drawn to, and after you've selected your pile, there are timestamps in the description box below which you can use to jump ahead to your reading to see exactly why you are so unpredictable. So let's get straight into it. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's see why you are so unpredictable. We have King of Cups, King of Wands, King of Swords in reverse, 5 of Wands in reverse, and we have the Magician, we have the Hermit, we have 2 of Pentacles in reverse, 5 of Swords, the Devil, the Fool in reverse. Okay, this is a very interesting. First of all, the 3 Kings coming up for you, pile 1, just really kind of makes me realize that there's a lot that you are kind of responsible for. Like, you know how King is responsible for so many things, has a lot of responsibility, and that also tells me that probably you're in a position where you have to kind of keep a lot of information confidential. You probably maybe work in a profession that requires, you know, sensitive information or something, some confidentiality stuff going around. So this really tells me that you're in a position, like, I'm just getting this vibe that probably you work as a consultant, as a manager, something of that sort, but like in a higher position where you are privy to a lot of information that is not necessarily should be given out to anybody else. So that's one of the reasons why you are so unpredictable, because people know that you know a lot of things, and because of that knowledge, well, knowledge is power, that's what people say, right? So having that knowledge that you possess gives you that edge over people, makes you that unpredictable person, because when you have the information that other people don't. And if you're somebody who's like, no, I'm not in a higher position, I don't come across such information which I shouldn't be giving out to other people, then it could be that probably you come across information on a regular basis on like whatever you do. Probably you're scrolling through social media and you come across something, or probably your friend calls you and tells you something that shouldn't be told to other people. So it could be that, but you are somebody who has a lot of information that other people just don't have and cannot even have. Like, you are that in terms of getting information. Pile 1, I feel like you are incredibly blessed by the universe. The universe really trusts you with that information. That's why you get to have it and other people don't have it at the same. So on the other hand, like I was saying, with the 3 Kings coming up here, this obviously kind of really tells me that you are in a probably you play this role in your life, or it could be a position that you're in where people come to you to tell you stuff. People come to deliver information to you. They come and talk to you about their problems, their issues, because you are like this king energy. You are the smart one, you are the knowledgeable one, you are the experienced one. Therefore, you'll be the best person to go to for advice. And that's exactly why people come to you. And of course, when they're coming to you and they're talking to you about their problems, it goes without saying that that information is confidential and you're not supposed to kind of reveal it to anyone. So that is there. So you having that power of knowledge makes you really unpredictable. On the other hand, we have King of Cups, King of Wands, and then this King of Swords is in reverse. The King of the Mind, King of Logic is in reverse. So another reason why you're so unpredictable, pile 1, is because when you're doing things, you either do things with a lot of emotion, or you do things impulsively. Okay, if people get to know that, okay, you're doing things logically, then people will easily be able to know what you're up to. It's when you're emotional, when you are doing something because of your passion or something like that, you're doing things on impulse, that is when people are not able to calculate your next move. They're not able to tell what you're going to do, because nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody knows what you're feeling or the intensity of your emotions. If you're happy, how happy are you? People are not going to be able to gauge that. Because King of Cups here, right? You are the boss of your own emotions, pile one. So you get to decide, okay, how much am I supposed to reveal to people and how much am I not supposed to reveal to people? And when it comes to you doing things, of course, when you're being emotional about something, then you know that emotions ride logic away any day, right? And logic has no room for that. So obviously, and logic is predictable, just logic is like pattern. So people are like, okay, pile one will do this because they have a habit of doing this. But you, pile one, you take action, or you kind of allow your emotions to take over sometimes. You are the King of Cups, right? So a king knows exactly when to use the emotions and when not to use the emotions. And that is exactly something that people are not able to kind of comprehend. They're not able to predict. They don't know, okay, how will pile one react to this? How will pile one react to that? Will pile one be angry? How angry? No clue. They don't have any idea. And of course, with the King of Wands here, like I'm saying, you're doing things on impulse. So obviously it goes without thinking. You're just like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We have also Two of Pentacles in reverse here as well. So when you've decided something, whether people agree with it or not, you'll do it. You might not even tell people that, okay, this is what you're up to. And also with the King of Wands here, Two of Pentacles in reverse, that also tells me that you're very spontaneous. That's what I'm saying. People are like, oh, Palo one's always doing things without thinking. They're always doing things on impulse. Of course, I mean, when you're doing stuff like that, Palo one, no one is going to be able to understand you. No one is going to be able to tell what you're up to. But that I just think that kind of gives you a whole lot of power over yourself, because I feel like you are the only one who knows your truth. I mean, that is true for everyone, but there are people who know about other people, who know other people sometimes better than they know themselves. But in your case, it's like, it's hard for people to understand you. It's hard for people to figure out your next move, because you just do things on a whim, You are like, okay, I feel like doing this today, let's do it. And sometimes you do things without thinking. And that kind of really drives people crazy. And of course, with this King of Swords in reverse, Five of Swords upright here, this tells me that it drives people crazy when they're not able to predict your next move, when they're not able to figure out what it is that you're planning. It really drives them crazy. It just frustrates them to no end. And oftentimes that kind of also has them feeling resentful towards you, because they're like, what's up? What's going on? Why? Because, oftentimes people expect you to make mistakes. If people think that, oh, you are always being emotional about things. So, of course, according to people, they think that if you take decisions based on emotions, then you're making a mistake, and you should use your logic rather than your heart to kind of, decide on something. So people expect you to make that mistake. People are like, oh, pile one is being emotional about this. They're definitely going to be making a mistake. They shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't be following their heart. They should be logical about this. But the thing is, like I'm saying, you are the boss of your emotions. You've mastered the art of emotions, pile one. And because of that, you don't make mistakes. Even when you're being emotional about something, you know why you're being emotional. And when you're being emotional about something, you know exactly what intensity that emotion should be. If you're upset about something, you would know whether that situation requires you to be as upset as you are, or you should be a little less upset. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, you can control that intensity as well, based on the situation, the circumstances, the person that is there. So that also kind of makes you even more in control of yourself and of your emotions. That's why you don't make mistakes, pile one, even when you're being emotional. Even when people are telling you, don't be emotional, don't do this, don't do that, be logical, think from the mind. Don't let the heart take over. So when you don't make mistakes, you don't fail in the things that people expect you to fail at, they grow resentful. They start to get jealous. And they're just like, why? And somewhere they want to see your downfall, Palwan. They want to see you make mistakes. They want to see you, feeling bad about yourself, or feeling the taste of, feeling the taste of failure. They want that because they get frustrated. They're like, we are not able to understand Palwan, how they're doing things, how they're not failing at anything, whatever they do, even though they're being emotional, they get to succeed. Whereas if we are being emotional about something, then it never works out for us. So what is up with Palwan? Why do their emotions kind of support them and our emotions don't support us? So a lot of resentment right here as well. And of course, with the Five of Wands in reverse, I feel like, how some people are like really clever, Palwan, you're clever, but some people are downright manipulative. And I feel like that kind of thing comes from the mind as well, because people are like, okay, let's just manipulate people's mind. You, on the other hand, when you want to sway a person, when you want to convince a person or persuade them or anything, you use your emotions for it. You kind of try to establish a heart-to-heart connection with another person. And because of that, because we have the devil energy coming here, so you have this power to ensnare people as well. Some people might even say that you're very hypnotic, Palwan. Or some people might say that your eyes are like, a serpent's eyes. You know how like those snake eyes are like really hypnotic and they just kind of ensnare you and trap you. That is what people think is going on here with you. That the reason why you're so unpredictable is that you have this ability to kind of make people see what they want to see. I don't know, I'm getting this vibe that with the Magician card here as well, and the devil energy here as well. You can make people feel what they want to feel. I don't know, consider it your superpower. Consider it your superpower, but you can actually influence a lot of people's emotions. Sometimes you don't even have to try. You don't even have to try too hard to influence another person. You can just do it with how charming you are and how convincing you are. You can do that. You can change a person's emotions and make them feel maybe how you want them to feel or something. So especially if a person, like I'm saying, that's why a lot of people come to you for advice. A lot of people come to you when they're upset or going through a problem in their life, because they're like, pile one will definitely make us feel better. Talking to pile one will definitely make us feel better. And because of that chaos and everything that people are going through, they come to you so that you can help sort it out for them. But at the same time, if somebody's upset, pile one, you can easily make them feel better. You can make them happy. You can have them smiling and maybe forgetting about their worries for quite some time. You can do that. You seem to have a lot of control over people's emotions, and not in a bad way. I'm pretty sure you only use this ability of yours to kind of do good for other people. Make sure that they're always in a positive state of mind so that they can kind of live their best life. But you have that ability. That's why this is another reason why you're so predictable, because when you can influence other people's emotions, that just makes you kind of like really powerful, because that way people won't even try to kind of, question you. They won't even be like, is pile one wrong? Should we ask them? Should we tell them? They're not going to say that, because you have that power to influence them so much. You have the power to bring people to your side, pile one. Should you choose to do that? If you want that to happen, you can do that. Because this Five of Wands is in reverse. I'm just saying that, people are not going to be in conflict with you because you establish that connection with them. But yeah, like I'm saying, there are people who'll always be suspicious of you, who'll always be jealous of you. That's why it's going to be hurt, or even if you know that, okay, this person's jealous of me or something, you won't even try to influence them. But yeah, you definitely have that power. And because of that, uh, people won't think to question you. People will be surprised as to what you're doing, but somewhere they don't understand that, you know, you are building that connection with them. You're bringing them to their side. And I'm not talking about you being manipulative here. This is not in that negative sense that is happening, Padawan. But you can do that. So, anyways, with the magician here and the fool in reverse, I feel like, okay, now I'm getting this contrasting, contradicting messages over here, because I'm just saying, seeing that with the fool in reverse, you are very careful about when it comes to other people. So, and because of that, because you're able to understand people so much, cue in the King of Cups and the King of Wands here, you are able to understand people so much of how one that you know exactly what to do and when to do it. But the thing is that since you don't tell people about it, you don't announce it to the whole world that, okay, this is what you're planning. It's like, yeah, people are surprised when they actually see you doing something. And whereas people kind of keep telling you that, oh, you don't do anything without thinking and you're so impulsive and all of that, little do they know that you are one of the most careful and the most calculating person out there, like in a good way, okay? In a good way, not in a negative way. But because you have that experience with the Hermit card here, you have the experience. You don't need to kind of, like, you're at that level in your life, or your higher self is on that level where it's like people just cannot get to it. That's why people cannot understand it. You have far surpassed them. You are at a higher level now. And because of that, you have more control over the situation. You have more control over yourself. You have learned a lot from life. Life has taught you a lot. Maybe life started teaching you at a really young age. So maybe for some of you, your childhood might have been hard. But because of that, you have learned. You have gotten the lessons which people get later in life. You have gotten them early in your life. So, and that's why you are able to kind of overcome those challenges and get that experience and do whatever it is that you want to do. But since people are not at that level, it's hard for them to understand you and hard for them to kind of figure out what you're going to do next. Okay, we have Vampire. Makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. These are just like archetypes that, you know, because of this energy, you're like even more unpredictable. Dedicating to transcending physical limits, including handicap, development of willpower, personal willpower, and strength of spirit. And we have teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. So, of course, like with the Vampire here, you know how vampires are considered to be like really powerful, really hypnotic. They can control the minds and the hearts and everything. They are the ultimate, you can say, really big predators out there. It's all that vampire energy, and vampire energy, like how they're fast. I mean, all those cliche adjectives about them. They're fast, they're strong. So because of that, you having that energy, you embodying this archetype, Palawan, makes you unpredictable, because you do things like in a blink of an eye. People will just blink and you'll be from here to there. You'll be 1 minute you'll be nothing, the other minute you'll be like everything. So it's like happening in a blink of an eye. Whatever you do fast. You think fast and you take that action. Another reason why people kind of find you unpredictable, Palawan, is because where people expect you not to take action, you end up taking action. You just do it. You're very action oriented. I feel like Palawan, where you're just always about doing things. And especially the things that people tell you not to do. People tell you that, oh, it's impossible to do this. You shouldn't even try. You save your energy for something else, for something better. But then you go and do that exact thing and then you don't fail at it. So that's why people grow resentful. They get jealous. They're like, okay, what it is that Palawan is doing? How come they're not failing at it? Whatever they're doing, they're just success after success. And at the same time, if we're doing it, why are we failing? Because they don't have the information that you have, Padawan. They don't have the lessons that you have. And of course, with a teacher here, like I was saying, you are in a position where people come to you for advice, where people come and tell you secrets about themselves, because they know that you are the one with the knowledge, you are the one with the power and experience. And you know, you are able to kind of help them see, or help them get new perspective on their situation. But of course, the teacher has all the knowledge. We have the Hermit card here as well. Mentors, teachers, kings. They have all the Magician here. They have all the knowledge. Never take your knowledge for granted, Padawan, because I feel like that is your greatest superpower, and because of that, you can do anything and everything that you ever wished for. And that's the same reason why people really think that you're highly unpredictable. So yeah, this is all I have for you, Pile 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what makes you so unpredictable. Okay, we have 2 of Wands, Chariot, we have 4 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Wands, we have Ace of Wands in reverse, the Magician, the Chariot again. Okay, I'm already seeing what's going on here, but I'm just getting the rest of your cards out. We have King of Pentacles, 10 of Wands in reverse, and Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, 10 of Wands here and 10 of Wands in reverse. All right, Pile 2, you, my friend, you people, you amazing, amazing people, you don't stick to one place. You are always on the move. Maybe the reason why you're so unpredictable is that because people are like, where is this person going to go next? What are they going to do next? Now, this is not that you are not able to find stability in life. It's just who you are. Probably you're somebody who gets bored really easily and you need a constant change. But the thing is that people are not able to kind of understand that, you know? People are not able to keep up with you. I feel like you're somebody who loves to travel. You just love it. If you had all the money in the world, you would always be traveling. Always be traveling one place to another, from there to another and another. And this is also kind of telling me that maybe this whole thing, you moving from place to place or something, it could also be that you're moving from job to job. And not because that you cannot hold a job. It's just that you get bored of it, you know? You're somebody who has multiple careers, you can say. Probably you have a 9 to 5, a regular job, and then when you come home, you have your own side business. Maybe you have your own YouTube channel or your Instagram business, something or the other, and then maybe on the side you also do some freelance work. I just feel like look at this 10 of Cups. You're doing a lot of Pile 2, and because of that, people get a whiplash when it comes to you. And you don't do that on purpose. You don't give people a whiplash, but it's just that you're doing so much that people can't understand, okay, what it is that you're exactly doing or what it is that you're actually doing. And the only reason you have so much going on in your life is because you want that variety. Otherwise, you would go crazy, you know, you would get bored and, you know, lose motivation and all of that stuff. So definitely always on the go, always moving from one place to another. Maybe you love to move from a place to place. You love to change houses, you love to change cities, love moving to new places. Whereas people, they don't like to do that, you know. People are like, oh, we don't want to go. We just want to stay here in one place forever. But you're like, no, every few months or every few years you want to change places. And that's why people are like, you're so unpredictable, because you never know when you are going to get up. It could be 2 months, it could be 2 years, and you'll be like, okay, let's move, let's go to someplace else, let's do something new. People might say you're very finicky, you don't stick to one thing. It's not that you don't stick to one thing, you just love to do multiple things at the same time. With the 10 of Wands here, 10 of Wands in reverse here, this is kind of giving me that, yes, you have a lot going on, but the fact that you have a lot going on makes you feel free. Because you're like, oh, I can do this today. I don't have to do this today. I can do that today. So you also have a very flexible schedule for yourself as well, pile 2. But yeah, people are always walking on eggshells, or they're always very nervous around you because they're like, okay, what if pile 2 just wants to go somewhere now? All of a sudden they'll come up with something and they'll be like, okay, let's do this, let's do that. So you're very unpredictable in that sense, pile 2, because people can never tell whether you want to stay in one place or whether you want to move today, or whether you want to stick to your job or you want to kind of look for another job. And you are so, I feel like pile 2, consider it a blessing. But I feel like even if you want to leave your job and look for something else, or maybe you do that already, you just get bored of your job, your current one job, and then you start looking for another one. I feel like you're blessed in the sense that the universe also gives you the job, you know, whatever your job you're looking for every few months. If you're changing jobs, you're changing careers, I feel like you have the universe's support as well somewhere, because we have this King of Pentacles coming through, we have the Chariot coming through. So you do end up being victorious in your endeavors, whatever they may be. And of course, with the Two of Wands here, the Magician here, one thing I would like to say to you, pile 2, is that you are capable of anything and everything. So don't ever think that, you know, you have any such boundaries that other people might have. You don't. I feel like your mind, your creativity is your best friend. It is your best, you can say, talent, your power. Because, you know, you can literally do anything that you wished or that you wish for. And that's why that's another reason why you are so unpredictable. Because people can't tell what you're going to do next. People can't tell what your latest hobby is or what your latest passion is. One day you are obsessed with baking, and the next you want to maybe learn how to, you know, use a skateboard or something. You want to learn how to skate or fish. It could be anything. And that's why, because you have so many hobbies, you have so many interests, that people are like, okay, do they ever rest? Do they ever sleep? Because they're always doing something or the other. And of course, with the Four of Swords in reverse, that is evident that you work and you work and you do things. You just never stop. You're like so into doing things, and you get such a thrill out of, and a lot of happiness out of doing things, that you know, people are like, do they ever sleep? Do they ever get? Because, and I feel like probably for you as well, pile 2, that sometimes it's really hard for you to go to sleep as well, because your mind just refused to shut up. You know, it refused to stop moving and stop talking to you, and that's why it gets really difficult for you to sleep at times. Probably the moment you lie down to go to bed, your mind will start throwing ideas your way. They'll be like, okay, you can do this. How about you start a new project? How about you take on this new hobby? You always wanted to try this. Why don't you just do it right now? So you are like, pile 2, do not take this in a negative way, but then you're like a whirlpool, you know, you're like a tornado. You are so, you have that ability where you kind of create, look at this. This Ace of Wands here, you see these ripples around? You're somebody who can do that. You can create ripples in a person's life, and your life is also like that. So anybody who comes across you, they find you either very frustrating or they find you super interesting. I feel like there's no in between. They're like, pile 2 is either super crazy, or they're trying to drive us crazy, or they're just super annoying, you know? Because you, not only do you want to do so many things, you also want other people to do so many things. So it's hard for you to kind of find friends at times, like-minded friends, because we have Knight of Pentacles in reverse, because nobody ever wants to do everything that you want to do. And you're somebody who's all willing to try new things. So even if, for example, your friend is interested in a particular sport, for example, they're interested in playing soccer, okay? And you are not somebody who likes that, but then you'll still try. You'll be like, okay, let's give it a try. Let's see. What if I might like it? On the other hand, if, for example, you are somebody who loves to bake, okay, but then your friend doesn't, so they won't even try. They'll be like, I'm not interested in this. You do it on your own. So you're willing to try new things, but then other people are not willing to do that. Which is why I'm saying that it's difficult for you to find friends that stick around. And even if they do stick around, I feel like somewhere you also get bored. And it's not a bad thing that you get bored or something. It's just that you have a tough time finding the people who you truly connect with. And maybe you find it difficult to find your soul tribe. So because of all that, because of all these reasons, people are like, what are we supposed to do with pile 2? We're not able to understand what is going on with them. And I feel like somewhere with all this chaos that surrounds you, pile 2, that is where you feel most calm. You feel calm when there's a lot going on around you, which is something really different. I have never come across a personality such as yours. I'm gonna be honest here. Because you feel calm in the storm. Probably you're somebody who loves storms as well, like rainstorms or snowstorms or something like that. But you love those because somewhere you feel really calm. You connect with that energy, that stormy, chaotic energy that nature brings at times. You feel super calm in that energy. Because somewhere you look around you and you're like, nature is just like me. Nature is unpredictable just like you are. Pile 2, and of course you're a product of nature as well, so of course you're going to be unpredictable, but you are that kind of unpredictable, the chaotic kind of unpredictable, where you're always doing something or the other and people just cannot catch up. And it's not that you should feel bad about it or you should feel bad about yourself that maybe you're like this. No, it's just that you're of a different energy. You have more energy in you, and I really do see that you're like this electric person. Pile 2, you have a lot of electricity going on inside of you. And so maybe some people call you Sparky, or some people call you, they try to kind of compare you to that superhero Flash, right? They're like, you're always doing something or the other. Don't you get tired? Don't you get exhausted? I feel like people get exhausted looking at you, watching you do things, watching you do multiple tasks at the same time. Where people take 2 hours to do one task, Pile 2, you do 10 tasks in that 1 hour. And some people might even say that, some people might just label you as this person who has ADHD or something like that, and they always tell you that you should go and get it checked out and all of those things, because they might think that you are not able to focus on something. Hello, we have King of Pentacles here. We have a 2 of Wands right here. Look at this Magician. Pile 2, look at this Magician. It has a magnifying glass. People who say that you have trouble focusing and concentrating, they are wrong, okay? You don't have trouble concentrating. When you're doing something, you're doing it with utmost concentration. Whether you're doing 5 things, you're doing 10 things. Your concentration, your ability to concentrate is so strong that you're able to scatter your concentration into all the things that you're doing. You're able to scatter it evenly. That's why you're able to do multiple things at the same time without failing. And when you do 5 or 10 things at the same time, they're not sloppy, they're not like haphazardly done, they're really well done. You do a good job even when you're doing 10 different jobs. So never let people kind of tell you that, oh, you're not okay, or this is not it, you should get it checked out, and you have trouble concentrating. No way, you don't. They can have trouble concentrating if they were in your place, but since they're not, they don't know. They really don't know that. And this is something probably you can't even explain to them, because they will not be able to understand how it works, how you work. That's another reason why you're so unpredictable, Pile 2, because people cannot tell how you're doing all this. How are you wired, technically? How come you find peace in chaos? How come you find peace, and how are you able to concentrate when you're surrounded by so many different things that can distract you? How And even I have that question. Pile 2, I'll be honest here. Even I have that question. How are you able to do all of that and be super successful? Like, do tell us. I think that's exactly what the world needs at this point, to do so many different things and earn money through so many different sources without getting tired. Just do tell if you can. If you know. All right. Then obviously with the Four of Swords in reverse, once again, people know that if they were in your place, they would be tired, they would be burnt out, and they often wonder whether you get burnt out or not. And somewhere I'm also sensing that envy as well, that that you get to do so many things without getting tired. You have so much energy within you, and people sometimes feel resentful towards you. They feel jealous because they're like, why can't we do that? Why do we get tired and Pile 2 doesn't? Pile 2 is also doing something. Pile 2 is doing double the work that we are doing. How come they don't get tired? And of course, with the Ace of Wands in reverse here, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like Ace of Wands upright is like, marking your territory and, laying down the flag and be like, okay, this is my place and I'm not going to move from here. But this card being in reverse really tells me that you're not somebody who will ever drop the anchor and be like, okay, this is it. This is my place and this is where I'm going to stay. I feel like in your lifetime, you're going to change multiple houses. You're going to change multiple careers, jobs, anything that you like. There's going to be like a lot of change. I feel like you are somebody who embraces change rather than being scared of it. Every time you feel a transition coming, you feel a transformation coming, you get excited rather than scared, because you're like, okay, finally change is coming. Let's see what's next. So that's also something that is unlike anything I've ever seen, unlike any other personality I've come across. Pile 2, I am low-key becoming a fan, becoming a fan of you guys, because this is what makes you so strong, and this is why you are like in this position with the King of Pentacles, this Two of Wands here, because you're not afraid of change. And when you're not afraid of change, Pile 2, I feel like that is when you're truly fearless, because you're ready to face anything and everything that comes your way, and you're willing to do it with a smile on your face. Whoa. This is so intense. I love it. I'm so glad. I just feel so privileged right now, Pile 2, that I get to read your cards and I get to see this energy that is within you. And I truly wish that you thrive and you get to I feel like you're the people. I don't know about the other two piles right now, Pile 2, but I know that when it comes to you, you guys are like some of the people who will be living their best life, who will be living the most exciting and adventurous life. And you, in the future, you're the ones who will have the most stories to tell, because you never shy away from new things and you never shy away from adventure. You are like you're everything. Okay, so we have addict, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have child nature, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. I told you're like, oh my goodness. Okay, now we have alchemist. So alchemist is like, they are famous for doing the impossible, turning water into wine or lead into gold, all of those things. And those things are downright impossible. That's why I'm saying that when you do things so well, and you can literally do anything that you set your mind to. There is no limit to what you can accomplish in life, Pile 2. There's no limit to what you can do in life. I feel like you are addicted to change. You are, and it is something that probably it's the adrenaline rush that you get every time there's a new situation. You find yourself in a new adventure. Probably that is what you're addicted to, because we have the addict card coming up, but it's a good thing. It's not like it's kind of hindering your life or anything like that. So it's not like you're taking it in a negative aspect. But that's the whole thing. Since you are so, you get so excited about change, and you actually thrive in different environments. You're not somebody who can be in one place and thrive. You're meant to be in different places. And I feel like you're the people who will leave their mark on the world because you're going everywhere. You're meeting so many new people. You're having so many adventures. Yes, you're making mistakes. Yes, you're dealing with failure. But at the same time, you're like, it's okay. Sure, this didn't work out. Let's try something else. So you're like that child, who's always curious and who never loses hope. You know how children are. They never lose hope. For them, it's like everything is possible. And it's the same thing here with you, Pile 2. Everything is possible for you. And of course, with the whole, like I was saying, the whole storm thing coming around, nature is unpredictable, Pile 2. And of course, when you are getting this card, this child nature card, that just goes to show that you are just as unpredictable as nature is. One day nature is all calm and serene and friendly. The next it becomes your worst enemy. So it's the same thing with you. So that's why I feel like people shouldn't even try to predict what you're doing. They shouldn't even try to, catch up to you or follow you around, because they'll just never succeed in doing that. They'll never be able to figure out what you're up to, what you're thinking, what you're planning next, where you want to go next. No one can ever tell. So people shouldn't even bother. They'll just get tired. They'll get tired of trying to understand what you're doing. They'll get tired of trying to predict your next move. All right, so yeah, this is all I have for you. Pile 2, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what makes you so unpredictable. We have Page of Wands. I mean, it's already here. Okay, we have Judgment. We have the Tower in reverse. The Empress in reverse. The Star in reverse. Ten of Swords. Four of Swords. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Hanged Man. And Queen of Wands. Interesting. All right, Pile 3. This is big. You are somebody who can make the impossible possible, and that's one of the biggest reasons why you are so unpredictable. People just can never figure out what is going on with you, because I feel like with the Four of Swords here and the Judgment card here, I feel like your psychic abilities are so strong. Oops, I forgot to do that. Okay, so they're like so strong, your psychic abilities are so strong that you get messages from the universe. You are in direct communication with the universe. And because of that, Pile 3, you are privy to information that other people are not. And because of that, you are able to do things in a way that other people just cannot figure out. Like, the universe is going to tell you, okay, this is something that might be happening. The universe shows you, gives you a glimpse of the future. And because of that, you're able to take action. You're able to take action on time because you got that information. And you are kind of able to save yourself from disaster as it goes. So people are like, okay, how did Pile 3 know this was going to happen? How did they figure this out? Sometimes the universe will tell you, okay, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. And you do that because you understand that this is the guidance that is coming straight from the universe. So you will put that into action. You will take that advice the universe is giving you. And you will do exactly what the universe has said. And now the thing is that the common people, they don't know that the universe is telling you to do all this. That the universe is guiding you. That you don't need a mentor or anything. You literally have the universe guiding you, Pile 3. So that's why sometimes, you will just stop everything and you'll be like, okay, we need to leave. We need to go to another place. And the people around you will be like, okay, why? Why now? What happened? And you cannot explain things to them. You'll just be like, I know that this place is no longer suitable for us. We should go. And so you pack up, you go. Similarly, could also happen in terms of your career or your job. The universe will tell you that, okay, no, you're meant to do something else. So you one day you'll just be like, okay, I'm just going to quit my job and I'm going to try this new thing that the universe has told me to do. And that's the whole thing. When the people around you they don't have access to the communication that you have with the universe, they're just going to be left thinking and left wondering that, okay, why is pile 3 doing all of that? Why is pile 3 just dropping everything and doing something or the other? That's where your unpredictability comes into play, pile 3, because people just don't know why you're doing what you're doing. They don't get it. You're constant. I feel like you're the people who are just constantly receiving messages from the universe, and it all happens when you're alone. I feel like you're often, whenever you're alone, whenever you're by yourself, probably when you're getting ready to sleep, messages start coming. They start coming and coming because the universe is like, now pile 3 is all by themselves. Now I can talk to them freely. Maybe during the daytime or when you're around people, you hardly get any messages. So yeah, definitely like that is there. And because people are still wondering that, okay, why did pile 3 make this decision? Why did pile 3 decide to leave that person all of a sudden? What happened? People are often left wondering about you when it comes to your actions. Your actions are there, but the reason behind those actions, the thought behind those actions, excuse me, that is hidden. And no matter how much people will try, no matter how much people try to understand or figure out why you did what you did or why you're doing what you're doing, they just cannot do it. That's why there's this whole layer of mystery to you, pile 3, because people don't know what's going on with you. People try to come up with all sorts of ways to try and understand you. They try to come up with all sorts of ways to figure out exactly who you are. I feel like you, with the Star card in reverse, the Empress in reverse, this 8 of Pentacles, like the whole Pentacles energy being in reverse, this really tells me that one thing is there, pile 3, that you are more than what people know. You're more than what meets the eye. If you're showing, for example, 3 of your facets or 3 of your personality traits to people, there are like 3,000 that you're hiding. You're showing one aspect of your personality, you're hiding 10,000 others. Oh my God. People will never know you, pile 3. Like, people will never understand or know all of you. Because if they start, it's going to take them a lifetime to just get to know a fraction of who you are. You're that abundant, pile 3. You're abundant in terms of your personality. You're abundant in terms of your thoughts, your emotions, your talents, attributes, everything. Experiences, the life you've lived. You're abundant in terms of your stories, whatever stories that you have to tell. You are incredibly abundant, pile 3. And because of that, because abundance is like never ending. Abundance is limitless, pile 3. And that's why I'm saying, if people think that they can get to know you, they can't. They shouldn't even try, because it's not going to work. They might think that they know you, but the truth is that they can't. Somewhere I feel like you yourself are discovering yourself every day. Every day you get to know something new about yourself. You realize, oh, I don't like this music. Oh, and then you realize that, oh, okay, this is not something I can do. I thought I could do this, but apparently this is something I cannot do. And then you might be like, oh, I never realized that I would be able to do this, and I would be able to do this so well, or you're gonna like this, or you're not going to like that. So it could be for you that now this message that I just said was like, it could resonate with some of you, it could not resonate with the others. It all depends on your situation, because some of you have mastered the art, some of you have done that deep work, that reflective work where you have more knowledge about yourself, you're more self-aware, but others are still on their journey, you're still figuring yourself out, and it's okay, take your time. But yeah, but when it comes to the people, rest assured they're never gonna know all of you. It's just not possible. There's so much going on inside of you that people just, they won't. Even if they dedicate their entire life to getting to know you, to study you, they won't. They won't be able to. You're that abundant because there's no limit to what you are, pile 3. When there's no limit, no matter what you do, you'll never reach the end. You'll never reach the finish line. Now, there's no finish line to you here, pile 3. And because of that, because you're receiving these messages, you need to understand that there is no limit to what you can do. So you should never shy away from doing new things. You should never hold back from learning or getting new experiences. Don't hold yourself back, pile 3, because there's no holding you back. It's your soul, there's no holding it back. So whenever you get a chance to try something new, whether it's a new place, new cuisine, new anything, whatever the universe throws your way, experience it. Allow yourself to, experience it, feel it, touch it, talk to it, whatever. But don't ignore it. Don't be like, no, I'm not going to be good at this, so I'm not even going to try. Don't do that. You're not this. I feel like every time you do that, every time you stop yourself from experiencing new things, somewhere you feel this deep sense of discomfort. You're not okay every time you reject an experience, and it is because like I'm saying, since your soul is limitless and it is capable of doing anything and everything. So when you're not doing something, it kind of impacts your soul. It impacts your mind and then your heart and everything. That's why you feel that, because in a way, your soul feels rejected that, oh, why didn't I get to do this? Why didn't this person who's responsible for me, who is here, why didn't they do this? So not trying something new, we have this 10 of Swords here, not trying something new really impacts you. It affects you deeply. Sometimes it affects you to the point that, you feel it physically that, okay, no, I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone and tried that thing. Wow. I just can't imagine, you are like a forever mystery, pile 3, that can never be solved. No one can solve the mystery. That is you. And then we have this 10 of Swords here and this 4 of Swords here. And sometimes I feel like, pile 3, sometimes I just feel like the abundance kind of really gets to you. Sometimes it's really difficult for you. And the thing is that since you're dealing with so much, because whatever the universe is telling you to do, whatever guidance you're receiving from the universe, you know that you cannot tell it to anyone. You cannot share that aspect with anyone. And oftentimes I feel like it makes you feel really lonely, because when you're not able to give an explanation as to why you're doing something, and you just say, I'm doing this because I know what I'm doing, and I cannot tell you, then people find it hard to stick around as well, because people find it hard to trust you. So even though sometimes you do things that is for their benefit, that is the best for the people, they get angry with you, they get mad at you, and because they think that, you are hurting them or you're not doing the right thing. But little do they know that you are receiving direct guidance from the universe. So of course, the universe wants what's best for us. The universe knows what is best for us. So oftentimes you have to make difficult decisions, pile 3. You have been put into difficult situations where you had to take certain decisions. You had to put certain measures in place, because that was what was best for those around you. but the people around you, they kind of didn't understand, and they were just angry at you rather than trusting you to do what's best for them. They get angry because somewhere, I mean, I also understand, people have this, they feel really strong when it comes to being independent, but somewhere people will be like, why are they making decisions for us? Why is Pile 3 doing things without consulting us? Sure, you can talk to them, but if there are people who don't trust you or something, then they'll never trust you. And when you do things, so I'm just seeing that you do get put into different difficult situations because of the universe here, Pile 3. And that's why this 10 of swords is right here, and also with this 10 of swords, because this is the card of betrayal, of endings and pain and all of that, I do see that with the judgment card coming through, I do see that sometimes you get information about people whom you trusted, whom you currently trust, and you get information that really hurts you, because the universe shows you the truth every single time. It tells you the truth every single time, Pile 3. So when it's telling you something about a certain person and it's telling you to be careful of that person, you might feel a lot of pain. You might feel a lot of anguish because you're like, I trusted that person and that person is not even sincere to me. So sometimes, you know how they say curiosity kills the cat? Sometimes that is the case with you as well. And I just feel like it's not curiosity as much as more like you having access to information that can potentially hurt you, hurt you as in emotionally hurt you. So you do often get such messages. Your intuition is really loud at times, and that's why you are not able to explain certain things to people, because if you tell them that, oh, I got this feeling and there was a voice inside my head which told me to do this, people are gonna be like, okay, they might have a hard time believing you, because even though people believe in intuition and sixth sense and all of that, somewhere people still think that that has a limit. But in your case, like I'm saying, you're limitless, Pile 3. Your intuition is limitless, your intelligence, your creativity, your talent, you are limitless, Pile 3. So when there are people who are bound by their limitations, and then you come along who's free, who's limitless, people will have a hard time understanding you. People will have a hard time seeing things from your perspective, because for them, they are seeing that same situation through boundaries, through the boundaries that surround them. But whereas you are experiencing that situation in a way where there is no boundaries. That's why the impossible is possible for you, and the possible becomes impossible for them. Sometimes it gets really tough for you, doesn't it, Pile 3? But you, with the Queen of Wands here, I do see that. I do want to tell you that the universe is telling you that never stop kind of exploring yourself. Never stop receiving the messages. Like, never shut yourself off from the universe. Never shut yourself off from the information that you're receiving, because you never know how much that information can help you and how much it has helped you. And maybe that's why it's somewhere you are aware of that fact. You're aware that, okay, receiving guidance from the universe is like having this direct line that, okay, what's going to happen? And you understand that the universe is truly your best friend. So work towards bringing yourself out and acknowledging yourself. But people, I'm just here to tell you that people will just never understand, because you are living life in a way that they just cannot imagine with your connection to the universe that you have, Pile 3. All right, let's see what else we have. We have child orphan. We have independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. I told you, it makes you feel truly alone at times, and nobody understands what you're doing and nobody understands your perspective. If you're doing something, you're doing it for a reason. You're not doing just because you feel like it. But like I'm saying, we have bully, we have highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. We have student, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. We have this Page of Wands coming through. I told you, never stop learning about yourself or whatever the universe wants you to do. If the universe is telling you that, okay, learn this, and it's guiding you towards that, go for it. I'm telling you, there's just so much to you that even if you spend a lifetime of exploring just yourself, you don't do anything, pile 3, I'm telling you, some of you guys are going to have a really hard time to kind of understand who you truly are. And sometimes I feel like it also confuses you at times, because you want somebody, sometimes you really want that help. You want somebody to come and tell you that, okay, you're this, you're that. But I feel like the universe has left it up to you to figure yourself out, to figure out all that you are and how capable you are. Like, the Empress is in reverse. So there's just so much. The abundance in you is hiding. So even though you want to kind of ask for help from another person, I feel like the only one you can ask for help is the universe. The universe is the only one who's going to tell you, okay, what it is that you're capable of. So I feel like there's a lot of deep meditation that is required for you guys if that is something you're interested in learning. But know that the people will never be able to figure you out. They'll never know. And because of that, because they don't know who you truly are, pile 3, even though some people might say that they truly know you, they don't. They really don't. Even if you also believe that they know you, there is a certain voice inside your head that will always tell you that, no, this person doesn't know this person doesn't know that. They think they know you, but there is so much that they don't know. So yeah, it gets difficult for you, but at the same time, unlimited potential of pile 3. Don't forget that. All right, so yeah, this is all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what makes you so unpredictable. We have Death in reverse, the 6 of Cups, the Hermit in reverse, 7 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 3 of Cups, the High Priestess, Page of Wands, the Hierophant, Page of Pentacles. I don't know why, pile 4, but I'm getting this message, and it has nothing to do with the tarot cards here, but I'm just getting this message that somewhere you have the ability to control time in some way. You have the utmost control over your time, because I'm sensing with the 6 of Cups here and this 8 of Wands here. Now the 6 of Cups is a card of the past, the past coming and everything. And with the 8 of Wands, it's like moving forward in life and moving forward really fast. So somewhere the past and the future coming together kind of is really giving me this message that somewhere you have this ability to control time. Like, for example, maybe if you kind of are doing something, okay, for example, you have a deadline, you have to submit a project in the next 2 hours, and you have just started, okay, for example, you were busy all week, you just started this project, and you know that's supposed to be submitted in 2 hours. So you are gonna start working, and you'll be like, I need to finish this in 2 hours. And despite what everybody telling you, despite people saying, oh, you'll never be able to complete it on time, you should have started way back, there's so much that needs to be done in that project, and there's no way you can do it in 2 hours. Pile 4, you're going to prove all of them wrong. You will finish that project in 2 hours or less than that even. And it's not like you're going to be skipping out on anything and you'll be like, okay, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do this. No, you will do everything that needs to be done for that project. But like I'm saying, since you have that ability, probably, I don't know, it's the universe's blessing to you or whatnot, but you will be able to kind of do that thing on time. And somewhere you also understand that you might have also noticed that for example, you need to get to one place from another place, okay? And you have to do it in like 1 hour tops. You have to be there in 1 hour. And you encounter a lot of traffic on your way. But then you are going to just send this prayer, or probably you'll just ask the universe, can you like slow down time so that I can reach there, so I cannot be late? And somewhere the universe will respond. The universe will make sure. And it kind of also goes beyond logic here, beyond the possibility of this realm, that how you're able to kind of control time in that aspect. Pile 4, maybe it's something that your soul can do when your soul is directly connected to the universe. Maybe that's why you're able to do that. But this is like, I was just getting this message, so I just thought that I'll tell you. And because of that, that's why I feel like you able to do that. You able to kind of work through whatever timeline you're given. I feel like no timeline is difficult for you to achieve, Pile 4. And not only does that make you unpredictable, but it also makes you very successful, because you are very good at managing your time. And having that ability to deal with that, having that ability to manage your time, that is like really powerful. And like I was saying, since you are able to kind of control time in some way, I don't know, I'm just getting this message, okay? It might be true for you guys, it might not be, but I am getting this message. And because of that, people are like, how in the world did Pile 4 do that? How were they able to kind of do this in 2 hours when it took us forever to do something? So when that kind of a question arises, people get wondering that, okay, what's going on here? You know, how come Pile 4 did this? That is one of the reason, or one of the ways you are unpredictable, Pile 4. And then we have the High Priestess coming through. We have the Hierophant coming through. Look at, these two are pretty much like sitting in the same position with the same crown on their heads, or kind of like that. So this really tells me that Pile 4, one of the reasons why you're so unpredictable is because you have the knowledge of, like, you have the hidden knowledge, okay? We have Seven of Swords, secrets. You deal with hidden knowledge, hidden information. Probably you have a strong connection with the universe. Your intuition is super strong. Your psychic abilities are downright insane, I would say, because they're that powerful. It's scary. They're powerful to the point where it gets really scary for people. But those psychic abilities of yours, they give you so much information here, Pile 4, that you are able to do anything and everything. You get visions from the past. So I feel like a Pile 4, that, for example, you're reading a book on history, okay, on a certain event that took place in history, and the book is telling you that, okay, this is what happened, this didn't happen, this happened, and this didn't happen. You're reading it, and all of a sudden you're going to get a vision about what actually happened at that event in history. So somewhere I'm also sensing some time travel thing, if it is possible in this world. I don't know if it is, because I've never done it, but probably you have experienced history in your dreams, or you have experienced future in your dreams, something of that sort, something to do with the past and the present coming together when it comes to you, Pile 4. It's downright bizarre in my opinion, but it is something that I'm really getting for you. And that's why you're so unpredictable, you know, because you're able to get the truth when you're surrounded by lies in a way. And you know, that's why the whole thing is that when you're talking to people, you talk as if you're from another era, you're from another time altogether, you're not of this century. You talk as if, you know, you've lived multiple lives, and probably you have. That's why people just look at you and they're like, okay, what is up with Pile 4? How do they know all of these things? How do they know what happened all those centuries ago? It's because of the visions that you get. Maybe because you get these visions is because probably your ancestors are passing down that information to you. From ancestor to ancestor to ancestor down now right to you. That's why you have all this information. So every time you talk to somebody, they give you this weird look, and because they don't know, they can't figure you out, they don't understand that why you're talking like that, why you have this kind of information that other people just don't have and will never have. And even if people ask you, how do you know this? You don't have an answer for them. You're like, I just do. Somehow, you cannot even explain where you're getting this information from. Because not for all of you, this is going to be true that your ancestors are giving you this information. It could just be that the universe wants you to see the truth. And that's why people are not able to figure you out, because they have no idea what you're thinking. When they cannot even be sure whether you are of this time or some other time, they will never be able to kind of match your frequency, a pile 4. They'll never be able to kind of see things the way you do. And that's why it gets really difficult for you to find the right people. It's difficult, like we have this 3 of Cups here, we have Death in reverse. So it gets difficult for you to find your tribe, your people who will truly understand you. You are incredibly wise. You have the kind of wisdom that is otherworldly, that is unreal. Like in this world, it will be considered unreal. And somewhere I feel like you also kind of, you cannot even talk about those things, because you know that the people will not be able to handle it. Every time you do, like I'm saying, every time you talk to somebody, they look at you all weird. They're like, who is this person? Why are they talking like this? You have a lot of magic, I would say, within you. You have seen a lot in your visions, in the kind of information you get from the universe. Pile 4, you know a lot of things. And that's why sometimes when you tell people, when you're giving, for example, you're giving ideas to people, they're like, are you from the future? Or how do you know this is going to be the future? If somebody asks you what the future is going to look like, somewhere you have a really good idea of what it is going to look like. If you're predicting something, it comes true, and people they have a huge question mark in their heads when they're thinking about you. Because they're like, what is Pile 4? What exactly are they? You are shrouded in mystery, Pile 4. That's why you are so unpredictable. Because one can never see you truly, they can never see all of you. If they see 2 aspects of you, there are 5 that are hidden. And this kind of a message I also got for Pile 3, so if you want, you can check that out as well. But yeah, you're shrouded in mystery. You will be aware of yourself, but people are not aware of you. People underestimate you so much, it's laughable. It is. They think that you cannot do something, or that there is a limitation to you. Oh no, no way. If they're underestimating you, they're making a huge mistake, first of all. And that just goes to show that they don't even have the ability to get to know you. Like, they just don't have it. So don't take it personally if somebody does underestimate you. Just know that they're not at that level, Pile 4. They're not at that same frequency, and they'll never reach that frequency where they'll be able to connect to you and really get to know you. You're way up there, way up there. And then we have this Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. Okay, this is very interesting because you have the Hierophant here, right here, and the High Priestess as well, surrounding these 2 pages. So this is also telling me that somewhere you look very young. Okay, you look very youthful, younger than your age, Pile 4. But at the same time, somebody looks in your eyes, they're like, you have really wise eyes. Your eyes are full of wisdom. Your eyes are full of experience. So in a way, you're kind of ageless. You have this ageless energy, aura about you. People can never tell. Either people will always underestimate you, like I'm saying, people always underestimate. People will always think that you're younger than you actually are, or they'll just be clueless about your age. They'll be like, they look young, but something about them screams experience. Years and years of experience. Who is Pile 4? What's going on? That is something that people often get confused by. And even if you think you're old, Pile 4, people will never be able to kind of exactly predict your age. They'll be like, okay, they look mature, but then there's something very youthful about them. There's something very childlike about them. So, ageless. You are ageless, Pile 4. No matter how old or young you are, yeah, no one can ever predict. No one will ever know and be like, okay, yeah, this should be your age because of your experience and all of that. On the other hand, with this Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles here, I am getting this message for you, Pile 4, that another reason why you're so unpredictable is because you are so open to trying new things, so open to doing new things. You're kind of fearless in a way, because children are fearless, you know? They are like all ready for anything and everything. And it's the same case with you here. You're truly a fearless, and you're not afraid to try new things. You're not afraid to give new opportunities a try. Even if you end up making a mistake, you're like, it's okay. It's no problem. I just learned another lesson. Let's try something new. Even your mistakes or your past failures haven't stopped you from trying new things or exploring new things or experiencing any new thing that the universe has to offer you. You're always ready for it. So that's why some people also get kind of mystified by you, that, okay, how come they want to try this again? Or how come they want to try this after that? Nobody likes to do this, so why does Pile 4 want to do it? So yeah, mystified. That's the word. That's the word for you, Pile 4. People get mystified. They are like, okay, what's going on? Who is Pile 4? You're a mystery, and you'll always be a mystery that cannot be solved, a mystery with so many question marks, so many what ifs, that it'll just drive people crazy. People can spend a lifetime just getting to know you, spend years and years trying to understand you. And I feel like that's the whole thing. The kind of person you are, Pile 4, you often leave a mark. Even if you come across a person you've never met. For example, you're walking down the street, you see someone, a stranger walking, and that stranger looks at you and sees you, but you don't say anything to that person. You walk away. That person will never forget you, because, like I'm saying, there's something so different about you, something so uncanny about you, that even if you have no contact with a person, you don't talk to a person, even then you're hard to forget. You're really hard to forget. And that person, like I'm saying, since you're shrouded by mystery, there's just so much unknown to you, I mean, about you. That person will be wondering, who was that person? What kind of energy did they possess? Every time you meet somebody new, they know something is different about you, Pile 4. Whether it's your family member, whether it's your friend, your coworkers, anybody who meets you, they're like, something is different about Pile 4. And maybe you also have this reputation in your family as well, that you are something else. You're not like everybody else. You're something different. You're somebody different. You are blessed in a way the other family members are not. Like I'm saying, you're chosen by the universe somewhere, with the whole past and future coming together in you. Some people will say that, oh, you look like a certain ancestor. Some people will say that, how come, some people will say you're direct, like you look exactly like one of their ancestors, like you're the future of, obviously, the past, of a past member of the family. It's really crazy, Pile 4, but yeah, it's supernatural, downright supernatural. Okay, we have Hermit. Seek solitude, focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. Okay, we have Virgin. We have maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. And we have Rebel. Challenging authority to affect social change, reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Oh boy. So with the Hermit here, you can see there's this light coming from within this person. So that really kind of tells me that, Pile 4, you often find yourself in this hermit position because, like I'm saying, people can never understand you. People have a hard time getting to know you. And whatever you're dealing with, every time you're getting a vision, whether it's from the past or from the future, whatever message you're getting, you have no choice but to keep it to yourself. You have no choice but to take the message and the knowledge that is being given to you and keep it to yourself. You cannot give it out. You just know that that information is not meant to be given out. So lots of secrets. You're dealing with a lot of secrets and really kind of powerful cosmic kind of secrets here, pile 4. So at the same time, with the Virgin here, this, like I was saying, this kind of tells me that you are like a child. You, when it comes to your age, it's impossible to tell what it is. And with this card here, I'm also getting this message that you're so curious and you're so pure, despite the dark messages that you've received, because sometimes because when you get to know the truth about something, like I was giving that book, history book example, and you got to know the truth, you understood truly what it was, you realize exactly how dark history can be sometimes and exactly how awful things have happened. So despite the kind of messages you receive, the kind of information you have, despite that, you have this hopeful view of the world that, okay, things are going to be okay, or there's just something you still hold on to that hope, you still hold on to that positivity. You don't let these kind of messages kind of leave you bitter and angry. You don't let that happen. So something very pure like this, even despite the experiences that you've gotten, you've maintained that purity, and that is something that is commendable, and that is something that people also cannot understand, that okay, pile 4 has been through so much, how come they are so loving, how come they choose to be so sweet and so kind despite everything that they have been through. And then we have rebel. Some people will say you're rebellious because you know things that they don't. That's why they don't understand some of your actions. They cannot comprehend why you're saying what you're saying, because if you're disagreeing with them, you're disagreeing with the norm, the status quo. People are going to object. People will talk, but it's the same thing. They will call you a rebel, but it's only because they don't know why you're doing what you're doing. All right. So yeah, this is all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.